Hello, everyone. We're back, possibly for the last time with this offering, but it may extend into another. We'll see. We have with us tonight Paul, who's playing Barney. We have Frank, who's playing Hannes, and we have Dido, who's playing Emilio. All of which who are very great GMs and people who've GM'd me, and so I'm very privileged to be GMing for the first time online for this offering. But it's been lots of fun for myself, and so I'm really glad that we come back again. Our other person is missing, not feeling well today, and so we wish them the best. And of course, we have Raul Danash, Frank, who is with us, and I encourage you to go over and watch his channel because you'll see many of us playing in things that he's doing as well. And if you're a German speaker, you'll get double benefits because you'll be able to hear him in German on some days and English on others.
Yeah, I've got two channels. So if you're looking for the German channel, but it's highlighted from the English channel to get across.
There you go. So with that out of the way, let me remind you of what has happened so far. We find ourselves on the R102, a ship that has traveled or is traveling from England over to Canada. It is a dirigible airship that is based in a historic ship, the R101, and I encourage you to find out more about the Airship Heritage Trust, because many of these images are from them. And so this is my way of thanking them and as I use their images for this broadcast. So in the ship, they get on and there's been introductions. Many people are on this flight. Many diplomats, there's French, British, Canadian, all the regulars who are going on this inaugural trip. They want to put their foot forward and ensure political patronage in the future. We have a number of historical figures, but fictional in this context. And so we have Barney Ross, a character who is a boxer, a real life boxer, and he lost to Roger Bernard. And they are about to have a fight tonight.
Once.
Yeah. Jack Ruby, who is actually a friend of Barney Ross. Barney Ross and Jack Ruby, both Jewish gentlemen who joined up in the forces, became good friends, and ended up running some mob deals with Al Capone. And so at a time when being Jewish was not...
allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. So they were very important in part of that kind of 30s, 40s, and 50s movement to improve relations with Jewish people in America. Jack Ruby then, did some things, and you can look that up on the internet, and it involves JFK and all sorts of things. We then find ourselves with Hannes Vader, and he is a writer. He is a fictional character, and he finds himself on here intrigued by the airship, writing stories and articles, and finds himself with a friend who, kind of a friend, Bertie Reese. Bertie is one of these kind of paparazzi type guys, and he's in for this ride to take publicity photos, and so he's got a good, honest gig going on. Felix and Hedy Kroos, they are both Egyptologists. At the time, Egypt was a huge deal and very much in vogue. Everybody was wearing Egypt-esque type of jewelry and makeup and clothing, very much like the 80s when I think Tutankhamun went around the world on his worldwide trip to museums. Unfortunately, not kept in Cairo, but someone who is kept in Cairo is Dido, who is quite hot today, and he is playing Emilio, and Emilio has just performed as Alexander the Drake, and he has done some wonderful, amazing tricks, sticking swords down his throat and stuff that he is used to doing, a street performer, but beyond the street. And he did try to explode the blimp inadvertently, but he did decide that he was capable of blowing a bit of fire into the air in a helium balloon. The sense of that, who knows? But went off without a hitch, and everybody has taken a drink or two or three since that act, and he has decided to stay in his finery, and because everybody was asking for his autograph. In the meantime, as all these people are moving around, and you've got starlets and you've got these scuzzy producers, Hannes and Emilio decided to go sneaking around while Freydis, a very pregnant Icelandic person, and very, very pregnant, about to burst, as it were, decided to go on a little bit of an excursion because they saw that perhaps there was a box that might contain something of interest. And lo and behold, they found in an unlocked door a box. They promptly opened it up and saw that it was a sarcophagus. And then all of a sudden, somebody punched somebody. We won't lay blame, but there seemed to be an immediate reaction and not really understanding why this would happen. They went back to bed, and I believe that it was Freydis, our pregnant lady who needed to use the washroom, to be honest, found out that somebody was moving around in the cabins. And they were going back to their room, and it was one of the ladies, either Nan or Jane Nesbitt Neville, who returned to their room after visiting the gentleman's side of the aircraft. Or the airship. The next day they had food, and they ate. There was an altercation with a very inappropriate and nationalistic purser who was tripped and soundly accidentally punched, I believe. Was he punched?
I can't remember, but we were certainly mean to the Nazi.
Yeah, he was not. Yes, and well done.
We tripped him.
Yeah, you went to the deck and you had a discussion with each other about, what's going on, and you confronted Felix Kroos about his this ring. There was these things about a ring. There are two rings now. One was shown off on the first night, and that was Nan, or the second morning, that was Nan, or the first night, something like that. Nan showed a ring off, and it looked very authentic. And then Jane, lo and behold, put on a ring that was very, very similar and showed it off. And there's a strong belief that one of those rings is the real deal. And so Felix is having an affair. It's very clear by the way that Hetty is reacting, and Felix doesn't seem to give a damn about whether or not he's having an affair. Does anybody recall if they actually confronted Felix or Hetty about the ring?
I did ask Hetty about it when I went down to see her in the smoking lounge together with somebody else. Was it Freitas?
Indeed.
I think so.
Indeed.
I think it was Freitas.
Yeah, it was Freitas. And what did she tell you?
Oh, she told me that certainly one of them was not a fake. And
Yes.
she was very disapproving of her husband handing it across.
Because he crossed the line by showing something that actually is pretty illegal. And they're doing business under the table with some North Americans, possibly, you believe, down in New York and not in Montreal.
I think it was Arkham.
Yeah, yes, probably Arkham. So there was another scene that I recall that was in the smoking room. The smoking room has had some interesting scenes. Did something else happen in the smoking room? Does anybody recall? There was some... Oh, yes, I remember. That's when your friend Bertie was talking about the possibility of the box downstairs in the hold.
Yes.
So I think that pretty much is it. Does anybody have anything else to add?
Nope.
Seeing none,
Mm.
we rejoin.
We just better get a pillow ready for Bertram. Because, obviously he's going to have a lie down afterwards.
There's always something that we forget. All these little details. And one of the little details that we forgot to mention was when they were confronting Felix about his affair, about the ring, and about his indiscretion, a fight broke out between the diplomats. And it seemed very bizarre. And once kind of breaking it up, no one really seemed to remember
What started it. Yeah,
and everybody maybe was in a good mood for a fight because bets have been taken as a very annoying character. Jack, is it Jack Ruby? Yes, Jack Ruby is kind of the thorn in Barney's side. He is kind of like that little kid who hangs on to you and wants to stay with you all the time and just can't stop talking and is extremely annoying. And that's what he's like. He quite immature, very talkative, and is currently the bookie for this fight and going around taking...
Yeah, I made him the bookie, didn't I, to get him away from me?
Yeah, lots of money. And actually, I think that was one of the reasons why you took the opportunity to smash the Nazi in the face or trip him, is because you wanted another excuse to get away from him at breakfast. So,
Yep.
People have moved around. There was an outburst that Hetty had when we were last together, just before the magician, the Alexander the Drake, did his performance. Hetty had a fight with Felix, quite public fight, and now she's moved off across the room. Jane and Nan spoke about how they wanted to get a better view of the fight, but it sounded like they really wanted to get away from Felix, who was moving in toward them both. And now Hetty has snuck herself in between the two of them. Barney and Roger are now being introduced by Monty Heath, and Monty is making a big show of it as any kind of announcer would, and he hints at bets that have gone off, and he says, we don't want a real fight, but we want someone to win, wink wink wink. And so tables and stuff are moved aside. There's no ring or rope off area, so there's a gentleman's understanding that you are going to fight, but you're going to keep it civil and within, say, the carpet area.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so it begins, and everybody is cheering on their favorite. It looks as if it's around an equal group who are for and against kind of Barney. It's a good split, so everybody's really looking forward to this fight. So what I would like from Barney is, say, let's just roll off with a D20.
Roll off with a D20.
Yes, please.
Oh, cool. Pretty good.
Depending whether he wants high or low.
Yeah, either good or bad.
So, you rolled a 20?
Yep.
So,
Demon.
Yes, it is a demon.
Or it could be a dragon.
Yes. We don't know.
We don't know if it's high or low.
We don't know. So,
it could be a mummy.
It could be a mummy. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a mummy on this?
You slappy.
That's yes.
Ushapi.
Ushapti. So, he's going to
punch first.
He's going to punch first.
Okay, that's fine.
So, he's going to punch first, and
no, that's fine.
Ooh la la.
He gets 2 successes. He
only 12. Okay, I will only 10. I will attempt to parry.
Yes.
Good roll.
A very nice dodge. It looks as if he's going to hit you, but you move out of the way, and you take a swipe back at him.
Yep.
And this corner, Barney Ross, well fired.
Ooh.
Not so good.
A 1. It looked like there was a cocked dice there, but and I think that he's going to take it. He's not going to try to. He wants the crowd to it looks as if he wants the crowd to get that sense that you're doing well. So he then takes another shot at you. Oops, that is the wrong one. Okay.
That's 1.
And he gets 1. Are you going to try to dodge, or are you going to take
I'm going to try to parry it.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not taking that.
Okay.
That's 1.
So he's not having
a great roll.
He's not having any luck.
Neither am I.
And
so I'm going to punch him back.
And so yes, go ahead.
So knock it to
Quick
the
roll.
side.
Now, we will not spend the entire evening going
No, I
back
realize
and
that.
forth.
No, that's fine. Don't worry.
Especially because I miss.
And you miss. So
Mm.
you take. So you both have landed a pretty good hit on each other now, and the adrenaline is starting to pump, and everybody in the airship has gathered. I mean, even the captain is here. It's kind of on autopilot, as it were. However, that happens in 1930, and so it's just rocking with excitement. Everybody, even the band, the Betty Ross trio, is getting into this. And so I believe that it is now
His go.
And so this will be probably the penultimate round.
Okay.
Can we assist by cheering him on?
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, you can. Are both of you cheering him on?
Yeah, of course.
100%.
That'll be inspiration, isn't it?
If you just get two more
Oh.
dice.
2 more dice. So,
Yeah.
oh god, that's gonna on my parry. That's gonna.
Well, you can either use them for your
Okay.
parry or your hit.
I'm gonna use them for my hit. So I'm saving my just normal parry roll. Well, I
look at
got
that.
4 successes.
You
So that's 3 damage to him.
yes. And he is reeling backwards. And because so he attacked you, right?
Yeah.
You punched him back?
Yeah.
Would you
As
please,
a part of the parry, and then I get an attack.
would you please attack once more?
Okay. And I'm going to use the inspiration that they've just given me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Might be enough.
yeah, it might be enough.
He's on the
Actually, if you-
ropes.
Here's a bit on the ropes. Well, he should be getting minuses on his dice pool because I've hit him a few times. So
Oh yes.
I hope.
Oh indeed.
But I only got 1 success.
So there's fighting going on in the crowd.
Oh.
He reels backwards, and all of you start seeing the captain hitting Adolf and Adolf hitting Hans. The Betty Ross trio are laughing, and they're just laughing, and it looks as if for no reason. All of the diplomats, even the French diplomats who are kind of gathered in a corner, are fighting amongst themselves. The British and Canadians are fighting again. Monty Heath is rocking back and forth and not saying anything. There's no longer any cheering. Roger is falling to the ground, and it is almost as if there's no sounds anymore, but you're seeing all these people fight. The engineers who are next to Jack Ruby and right next to Hannes are fighting. And Jack Ruby is looking around like a scared little rabbit. You look over at Felix and he looks the same. Lizzie and Ethel are pulling each other's hair. And Max and Dickie are sitting on the floor doing something like cat's cradle with their hands. They're doing something very strange. And there's a laughter in the air.
It's emotional energy it feeds off and reinforces.
Okay.
Who's that?
What's going on?
Can we
Yes,
see that?
absolutely.
In
You have stopped, and you see him land on the ground, and as you've probably punched him with your right and come in with a hook to your left, and as you turn and you see him out of your peripheral vision, he's falling, and you look to the wall, and where the ladies were standing all together, you see this smoky image of one of the ladies. I would like each of you to roll an awareness check.
So is that observation or inspiration? Observation or investigation?
There's Hannes. I love Hannes has GM
She loves the
permissions,
thing.
and so he has he's just made sure that everybody realizes that Hannes is actually the best character of them all. So everybody, if you could please roll a
Vigilance?
yes, she did lose
Vigilance?
her finger. Yes, I'd like you to roll awareness or something like that. What the heck is it in this game?
Vigilance.
Vigilance, is it?
Vigilance,
Vigilance or,
thank you very
or
much.
observation?
Observation. If it's more empathy, then
yes.
it's more.
No, vigilance. Because observation is
Insight.
Insight. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Ah, there
Yes.
we go. Somebody. Emilio.
Mm. That's not
Emilio,
supposed to be-
you know exactly who
Oh.
this is.
Mm.
Emilio, you are an interesting world traveler. You know many, many different things. And I would imagine that you have been exposed to people within kind of the Muslim world, toward the Near East.
Mhm.
And you are familiar with, maybe you studied, because you do exotic things, maybe you studied something about the different myths and legends, and all of a sudden you remember from the Quran, you remember that JNN is an important name of something that is like what North Americans would call a genie or a jinn. And all of a sudden you see the image and it comes to you. Jane Neville Nesbitt, JNN. And your eyes widen. And you see this image of her, and everybody sees the same image, but they don't make all those connections. And she's trying to touch this purpley, smoky apparition, almost as if she's trying to embrace it. The chaos continues to ensue, and the image is gone, and people are starting to come out of this type of trance, and Barney's on the ground, or not Barney, but Roger is on the ground. You've won, but
Go see how Roger's doing.
you go down, and what do you say to Roger?
You all right? You okay?
Yeah, you certainly got me there with 1-2. Good for you. That was one hell of a combo. Geez, you should be proud. You should have used that last time. And he pats you and he says that, and then he looks around and he says, "What's going on?" And everything's kind of calming down, but it's not, because now people are offended.
I'll look round like I didn't notice, like I was focused on the fight. basically.
Hannes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Am I impacted, first of all, by this?
You were not impacted, other than you didn't need you weren't afraid. There was no fear emotion that came over you, and the same for Emilio. You saw something, and Emilio knows this as well. You saw something that only Thursday's children would be capable of seeing, and you in some way were almost immune to
Trends.
to the trance.
Okay. I guess that was his name. Monty didn't have a microphone, really, did he?
He
For the small
has
place.
something. He has something that can, he had something hooked up like a microphone that can kind of make, announcements throughout the.
Can I go and grab it?
Airship. Yes, you can.
And just say, the winner is...
Yes,
Very
absolutely.
fine.
And
I was trying to get the focus back and just startle
Yeah,
people out of
and
their situation.
so you announce the winner, and do you grab, and like both men now,
Yeah.
both boxers are up. Do you grab the hand and raise it?
I only have one hand free, but yes, I'll grab Barney's hand.
Yes, because you've got the microphone.
Mic it
Yes,
up.
exactly. Yeah. There's
Just try and startle them out.
there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of swearing at one another. You overhear Ethel and Lizzie screaming at each other. Why did you do that? Why? You've always hated me. And there's like some raw emotions coming out of a lot of people now that are genuine repressed emotions that have come out. Things that they think, but they wouldn't say to one another. And so all of a sudden there's this cacophony of people kind of telling truths to each other, and accusing each other of fighting or doing whatever they were doing because they didn't have the guts to say it to their face. And Hetty is looking at Nan and saying, you bitch, you always wanted my husband ever since that play. You and Jane together, he always wanted you.
How would Jane? What Jane doing right now?
Jane is actually looking pretty normal. She's kind of shaking her head. She's looking at Hetty and Nan, but she's kind of backing away like anyone with any sense would do, realizing that this might go back to a fight. And so she's kind of gently backing away, but she looks okay. There's so much chaos going on, but you've zoned in on her, haven't you?
Yeah.
So
but me and Hannes didn't notice anything.
Yeah, I'll probably tell you what I saw for sure.
you saw the image. You both saw the image. And Frida.
Yes, but we didn't click who it was.
That's right. You knew that it was one of the two women because of the dark hair.
Right.
Yeah.
But you couldn't figure out which one.
Yeah.
Emilio, you are located right here. And we've got Hannes, and of course Fridis is here, and Fridis starts to feel something. Yeah, Fridis's water has broken, and you're next to her, actually, Emilio, and in all the confusion, you kind of, she's like, oh dear.
Oh, is there a doctor in the flip?
Is there a doctor? Is there a doctor in the house? One of the French diplomats comes over and brings a secretary. You see him kind of pointing over at the Canadian delegation, and there seems to be another secretary over there, and they come over, and the three of them kind of start helping her and saying, look, my dear, we'll get you to your room. And of course, she's towering over them. And she's like, I'm strong enough to have this baby. I don't need help. And of course, they're being very kind and thoughtful and asking for water, boiling water and towels, right? And so they're bringing her over. Everybody else is still in a frenzy. Not a frenzy, but a confusion. Are you going to go with them, or are you staying?
I'll probably go with her to her room first. And I will tell the guys that about Jane, and maybe she's possessed with a jinn.
I would, as soon as there's a bit of fussing going over Fried, I'd basically go over because she's a friend, so I'd be checking out as well how she was doing. So
there you go. Everybody can see a little bit of how to use Foundry, which so far is superior to alchemy, but I may change my mind. Look, he shrunk. And so Barney goes over, and Hannes, are you going over?
Am I small or am I far away?
Perspective. I think depending on what the mood is, if they're still too unsettled, I might just go to the Betty Ross trio.
Now you were over.
We need some more music. Come on.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that instead of you going over there, you've announced it. Let's have some celebratory music.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Very good.
Now you see that Felix and Freitas and Alexander and a couple of others are going with her out the door that is around here, and so you're heading out they're heading out that way, and it looks as if there's some instruction being given to Emilio and Barney from the doctor.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I basically think they're playing and things are just calming down a little bit, I might join them.
Okay, so things are calming down pretty quickly, and I would say you three are pretty good at recognizing that the situation is kind of not anything that you should be worried about at the moment. More take care of your friend Frida's. She is the most important.
Yep.
And Jack Barney is going around saying something like, well, did you actually see who won? And so he's kind of playing a little bit of a game with some of these people.
Who's saying that?
Your bookie, Jack. Jack Ruby.
What?
So he's off, and he's gone. You hear him in the background kind of talking. Now you're going off with Fridas.
Okay.
The doctor.
And I'll throw that stop fucking around look at Jack Ruby. You know, that sort of like
his back is towards you.
Fist assisted.
I'll just whistle. I'll do it because obviously we're in the
okay. Because everything is so crazy. Why don't you roll something that you think
like manipulation?
Oh, absolutely. That's great.
Yeah.
Great idea.
It seems appropriate.
Perfect.
No.
Do you want to push? Do you want to push that roll?
Yeah, I'm going to push it. No, I shouldn't have pushed it.
He may have heard you because you saw him stop, but he refuses to turn his head because he's trying to scam. So Freitas goes, oh, and
okay, and I'll basically go out with her.
The doctor says
Barney's going to pay for that.
So Barney and Alexander the Drake, otherwise known as Emilio, and Hannes are all asked to go into the dining room and to gather up some towels and
tablecloths
and some hot water. And so you head into the kitchen. You head into that kind of dining room. The lights are off because everything has been made kind of dark so that this shines more. But it's just a very short corridor down. And I believe, if I remember correctly, so this is just to give you a little bit of an orientation. Over here, of course, is everybody's rooms. You have a male side. You have a female side. Freitas's room is right there near the stairs to the washroom. So Freitas, everybody kind of goes down, and the doctors right here at this junction are saying, can you please go into the dining room and do what needs, get what needs to be got. So that's just to give you a little bit of orientation.
Okay, just help Freitas down into the dining room.
No. Freitas has gone to her room. You're going to get
to get towels and stuff. All right. Amelia, you stay with Freitas, and
no, you're all going together. And when you go into the room,
Fiat,
you all see more clearly this image. You're kind of, everybody's trying to tell each other what to do, but the doctor is saying, please hurry and grab the towels and grab tablecloths, whatever you can find, and please get some hot water so that I can clean my hands, and so that the two secretaries can clean their hands. And you know that at the end that there's kind of like some type of urn that has it's almost like a thermos type thing that has hot water, but it's quite large, and generally it makes tea and stuff like that. But when you go in there, all of a sudden, all three of you are struck by this image. You see this apparition with horns. It seems like horns. It's large, as the image shows.
It's Freitas as a Viking.
It's probably as big as Freitas, and I would say you all now have figured out that this is Jane standing there with this apparition. You're not sure if it's real or if it's a vision. There's a very weird glowing light that's happening around this.
Does she look like she's enthralled by it, or she's controlling it?
Or conversing with it? Is she conversing with it? Is she talking to it?
I think that those are good questions. I think if everybody could give me an observation roll, please.
Okay.
Hey,
good
success.
2 successes.
So Barney is trying to figure it out, but maybe that first hit on him kind of shook him up a little bit.
No, I'm angry. I'm angry.
And you're angry.
Yeah.
Alexander the Great, who is indeed Emilio. Is looking and thinks that she's very much willing and that there's some type of pact between the two of them. And she seems to be nodding, notices Hannes, some type of agreement. And she's looking at her fingers, and she has 3 fingers up, and she's put one down, and then she's looking up, and she's putting the second one down, and it seems as if she's about to talk about some third issue.
Okay. Stop what you, should I scream it instead, or stop what you're doing?
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Stop what you're doing. This is you're thinking it will give you what you want and grant you what you wish. This is not the story.
What are you doing here? Now remember, there were 2 staircases that could lead into this area. She must have taken the second one in amongst all the kind of craziness. She was sneaking out. Yeah. So it is her. And she's like, how do you see this? What are you doing here? Get away.
Obviously you have something else to do, but what you are thinking you're doing and this thing that will grant you wishes, it's not a wish, believe me. It's not what the stories tell you.
How do you know about wishes?
It's not about the stories that you tell you, the stories that you tell you about the genies. This is not a genie. This is more malevolent.
This is a real genie. This is a real genie. You belong to me. You are mine, and I will get everything that I deserve. I have my man. I will have riches.
Believe me, this is not the genie what you're looking for.
This is not the genie you are looking for.
So Jane, I was wondering, I've got a bridge. I'm just wondering if you're interested in buying.
Barney, stop with your silliness. This is serious. I don't know how you all see this.
If you're falling for that, you're obviously going to fall for any other scam.
And the genie starts. It's a genie or a shop tea. It's some type of apparition. He looks like he's getting much bigger. And
we are not new to this. We are the society.
That's right.
So have we got any inkling of this is what we should be doing, or this is what we should be interrupting right now?
You are aware of some aspects of Middle Eastern stories of jinn, and I'd like to know how much learning you have on this. And I would say Emilio can help you.
Yep. So I get a bonus die.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one enough?
Do you want to push it?
Sure. Still one.
Okay.
Which will make me frightened. But I don't know.
I don't want to meta it, so I'm staying silent.
He you know that she's negotiating 3 wishes because in common North American knowledge, 3 wishes is what genies do. There's even talk about some gentleman called Disney who's about to start doing stories from Grimm's fairy tales and other things. And this understanding of 3 seems to be a very kind of Trinitarian type of understanding.
And
but
she said she has the riches and she has a man, so that's 2 wishes already.
Well, does she have the riches? You know that a genie usually grants 1 wish, and you're not sure if this djinn is playing her. That would be the first thing that you know. And I will say that you know that this type of djinn would have been locked away in the ring, and that somehow she's released it. Or I would like you to roll insight, please.
Me again, yeah?
Yeah. And
Insight.
and Emilio can help you.
I'm good at insight. Can I not help?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Is Esker got insight?
Yeah, I've got insight. So.
I must be blind. I don't have insight.
Observation.
Observation I've got, yeah.
No. There's it's no. Vigilance. Sorry, vigilance. Damn.
Oh, I haven't got vigilance. I can't help you with vigilance.
No, vigilance. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's
no.
too many
I have
free
vigilance
games in
My
my head.
talent.
I have
Vigilance.
vigilance.
Does that matter?
Hmm?
Is an observation? No, it's vigilance, not observation test. Okay.
You're looking.
There you go.
Oh,
Ah. Despite my condition.
You are thinking about yourself. Okay, so it's kind of you're kind of remembering something. It's not a learning. It's more like you're trying to add all these things up together, and you very much succeed. You realize that when Friedis told you that someone was going to Felix's room, it was her. You realize that he, after they had Congress, used the ring as kind of like a promise or a trinket or something like that, and gave her this original Egyptian ring from the tomb.
Yeah.
It's the same tomb as what you opened down in the hold. Because Emilio was helping you, you also remember one little detail, that when you opened the box and opened up the sarcophagus, that you believe that you actually activated the ring, and said as much, I believe, last episode.
Yeah, I think so. What did we release or something like that? I might have said.
Yeah, and so you're now thinking that it isn't her who did something to release the djinn. It wasn't her power. She believes that she was rubbing it and then it appeared to her. But in actuality, downstairs is what activated it.
In that case, I might just try to have a wish myself. I might step up if I'm not too afraid.
You're fearful, but you're bold enough to be able to say something.
Okay. In that case, I go up and says, I wish you to be bound back in this ring.
he smiles. She laughs a very deep laugh, as if she is responding on his behalf.
I look at her.
She's just looking at you. She's just staring almost blankly at you.
I just say, "Who are you?"
Why do you want to know? Nobody really wants to know who I am.
I want you to be release this woman and go back. If there's something we can help you with, then let us know. But you need to let go of this woman.
I find her quite useful. She has got her man, and that is her witch. Riches? He may get rich, but I've got freedom, and that's what I want. And I can have more freedom in her and have my ways in enjoying the fun and frivolity of people around me, just like I have today. It's been a wonderful day.
That's just not very nice, though, is it?
Nice?
Come on, guys.
Who's ever been nice? Who's ever been nice to me?
Why? Why has nobody been nice to you? And why do you have to? Why do you take joy in forcing people to fight? Is it conflict that inspires you?
I think it's just emotion.
Conflict,
while they are
fighting,
talking,
hatred,
okay.
All sorts of raw emotion where people are allowed to feel, allowed to laugh uncontrollably, to say the things that they've always been too afraid to say. There's lots of joy in that for me. So many years, so many centuries blocked up, no emotion, punishment here, punishment there.
Did you get Emilio's message in
StreamYard?
StreamYard?
So I didn't.
Oh, I'm not looking at messages in StreamYard. Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Sorry.
So I will continue to try and distract.
I see that.
But you choose such a paltry theatre, a paltry venue.
I didn't choose the venue.
Why? Are you, if you didn't choose the venue, is it because you were trapped by the sarcophagus, or is it the ring?
I'm trapped in the ring. Trapped in the ring. My master trapped me. I was trapped by all those who buried me with him. I hear him in the distance calling, but I'm free with her. I'm free.
Did Emilio get the ring? And if not, I'm just going to grab the ring and throw it out the window.
Okay, so
you're
going to have to break a window because there's no freewheeling. There's no freewheeling air. So Emilio was first. I'll say that Barney, you're helping Emilio, and you're trying to grab this ring off of her finger.
Just grab the finger.
It's on her finger. So I have a
Yeah,
ring.
but he's a close-faced magician. Do you know what I mean? They do that all the time, stealing people's rings and their watches and all that sort of type stuff.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
just saying.
We'll see how this goes. So, Emilio, you're literally trying to steal a ring off of a finger that has the ring on it. So, I'm going to say that you definitely have a -2. This is
400%.
difficult to get a ring off of a finger, but you can roll. You can.
But
roll.
he's a skilled magician.
I have hobo tricks that give me.
Yes, it does.
So it will cancel the -2 because it already gave me +2.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it will automatically roll it.
Just roll evens.
Yeah. I guess I will add a -2. Do I get an assist for distraction?
Yes.
So it's -1 only.
But you're rolling evens because it's -2 +2, right?
-2 +2, but I get
+1.
+1. Yeah. So you're +1. You're +1.
I'm -1. I'm -1 now.
Why?
+1. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will try to push this one.
Or do you need to?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that good enough, Douglas, or not?
Emilio, do you think that?
Yeah, I guess. I need more successes because they are 2 watching me, so I need to. I will get. Will take exhaust. Oh, sorry. I will roll first.
Go on.
Yeah, there you go. One more.
No, so you have two. More. You have 2 successes.
It's just one. I misread. I read mine bit.
Okay. Yeah. So how? Okay. So sorry, Emilio. How many successes do you actually have?
I got only 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so only 1 success. And I am exhausted.
You're exhausted.
Mm.
So you have how many negatives on yours?
Only 1 condition.
She tries to pull her hand away, and as she pulls her hand away, because you're trying to grab the ring, and she's got the ring on, and as she's trying to pull it away, and because you were trying to sneak it off, somehow or other it twists and comes off of her knuckle and into your hand. Barney wants to chuck it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a chair and throw it through a window.
Okay, so you're picking up the chair. Hannes, what are you doing? Now, Barney, I want you to remember about your character. Your character feels a empathy and a sympathy toward Vaesen or Vaesen.
Yes, but so, I do.
Yeah.
I'm urged to help Vaesen and humans alike.
Mm-hmm.
But so in other words, if I saw a human doing horrific things to another human, I would help the human who's being
absolutely makes
this Vaesen is being horrific to a human and a load of other humans.
Absolutely.
So I'm just trying to get rid of it.
Makes total sense. Emilio, do you give him the ring? You're feeling incredibly empowered. You want to put the ring on.
Yeah, I'm tempted to put the ring on because I know that I made something in the past that maybe I regret agreeing
Yes,
on a deal with
that's
someone
right. And this might be your way
to get out.
to get out of it. Barney, will you please roll me a agility roll, please?
Agility?
Yeah. Whatever it is. Whatever agility
Dexterity?
is. Yeah, dexterity. Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
No, it's called agility.
Yeah.
But what's the agility roll for?
Because
Breaking
you're
window.
trying to take it out of his hands.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just gonna
Uh-huh.
grab it and take it, which is
But he wants it. He wants to keep it.
But I'm a bit stronger than he is.
Oh
But
yeah.
Anyway,
You absolutely are.
all right. Well, I'll roll agility because I've got high agility anyway.
Yeah. I knew that.
1.
Do you want to push it?
No.
Okay. This is an opposed roll. Emilio, how he's very fast. Like he's really fast.
He's a boxer.
And he's a boxer. And you know that he just needs to kind of point his finger at you and you will fall over. You are not strong. I don't know how agile you are. I would imagine fairly agile.
Yeah.
How badly do you want to keep this?
Yeah, that's badly because I promised maybe something that I'm not.
Yeah. And it makes absolute sense to your character. So I think that the opposed roll should be agility versus agility. You're trying to dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
So while you're getting your roll prepared, Hannes, what are you doing?
Good question. I'm trying to stare down this girl and see what she does. So if she's, for example, trying to get it back or whatever, I'm going to launch myself in her way.
She's now, and thank you for saying that, she's now wobbling and she starts crying and saying, "It's all gone away. It's all gone away. You don't know how it is to be in the shadow of Nan. She takes every role away from me. She
seems to be talking as herself again.
And so she's pouring out this kind of emotion of regret that this was her chance to be finally in the limelight. And she says something that you catch while these two are fighting over this ring. You hear her say, "He understood me and I understood him." And it's a very sincere appeal. Emilio.
Yep.
You're trying to dodge out of the way. You're trying to keep that ring, but the ring is not on your hand. It is not on your hand.
It's in your hand.
It's in your hand, which makes it much easier for Barney. So that success is actually pretty strong.
0 successes. Can I push it?
Yeah, of course you can.
I am becoming angry.
How many conditions do you have at the moment?
It'll be a physical condition, Mohammed.
Yes, it's a physical condition. Yeah,
it's a physical condition.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I have. Okay, so this is okay. I'm doing we drunk all the time, so I have to push it in the same category. Okay.
Yeah. It's not an emotional. And how many emotional conditions do you have? 2?
None.
Okay.
Let me try agility again, and then I will take a condition after.
Oh, nice roll.
Yeah.
Unbelievably, this wily type of half-dressed, sword-swallowing, fire-blasting in a hot air balloon, kind of ducks under you, and I would imagine. Well, I'm not going to imagine. Barney, how do you feel?
I'm angry at the moment because I have a condition, and I just go, Look, Emilio, I'm sorry. This is for your own good. Smack.
Not the nose again.
Smacked
Oh
No,
my
I'll
gosh!
chin him.
Oh
Not going to
my
break his
gosh!
nose.
Oh, this is perfect. If you get like a Coriolis crit, if you get 3, I'm going to say that Barney is definitely going to pulverize your nose, and for the rest of your life, you will have an absolutely flattened nose. But before
No,
we
I'm
get to
definitely
that,
not going for his nose.
I know you're not going for that nose, but if you get a crit,
well, if I get lots of successes, I can determine where I want to hit him. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have thought.
I'll buy
Successes
that.
in control.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
Oh, 3 successes.
There's 4 successes.
I'm dead. Yeah, I think 3 conditions, right? I'm broken. I'm broken.
Yeah, you are. You are broken.
I am broken. No, I'm having no. This is who could help me find out who killed my family.
And I'll just take the ring.
He uppercuts you. So first of all, let's see what happens here.
Okay. Oh, that's not a bad one.
That's not bad. 21. Oh no, sorry. I just rolled a d66. That was all fake. Nothing to see here. All right, now is going to be what you get.
You did not hit his
I wouldn't
nose.
have hit him in the neck. I wouldn't have hit him there though.
No, you didn't.
Cheater.
But when you hit him, first of all, the ring has gone flying up in the air. So we're all slow motion at the moment. The ring is up in the air. It's you can see it going up as his jaw goes up and he's watching it and he's saying, "Oh," and when he falls backwards, there's a chair leg that's right underneath him and he straddles it as he falls down on top of this chair leg, and you hear him go from and he falls in a crushed position down on the ground, holding his sides in pain and just rocking back and forth.
That's fatal.
It's pretty bad.
It's a fatal. It's a fatal injury.
It
needs to be treated.
It's pretty bad. You've got to get seen to. First of all, you need to have a bathroom with you at most times, and probably at the moment you've kind of relieved yourself. This is for mature audiences, by the way, oh well, you've got 6 days. So you'll be able to land, and somebody will be able to, I think, fix you is probably the closest way of saying it. Neuter. So we shall see. Well, that was fun. So it's flying in the air and going in a circle. Hannes, you've just seen Barney say, you've heard Barney say, "This is for your own good." You see her crying and talking about this connection that they had in a very sincere way. He understood her, she understood him. And I would say out of the corner of your eye, you see the glint of this ring, this gold ring, turning around in the air and falling back. You literally have... Are you going to try to grab it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Agility, please.
Absolutely, I'm going to try, but I'm not going to be very good with it.
Well, let's go for it.
I'm going to push that.
Good for you. Awesome.
No.
Hannes reaches the ring, almost like, I don't know, like Frodo. And
it doesn't slip on my finger.
Yeah, it doesn't. No. And it falls on the floor. You are down. You've pushed yourself. And so I would imagine that you're probably down on your hands and knees, but not in a bad way like Emilio is in a fetal position. Barney is free now to grab the ring.
So what I'm doing? No, I don't grab the ring.
Ah, okay.
I pick up a chair. I put the chair leg on the ring.
So are you going to break?
No, the chair, because the chair has chair legs.
Yeah.
Chair legs. They're going to be metal and light on the dirigible. So they're going to be quite thin.
They're
so I can basically wicker. So I'll just basically stick it on it and then move the ring across the floor to the window. So I'm not touching the ring. So I've seen what happened to Emilio when he touched it.
As much as I want to give you props for the ingenuity, I'm looking at the image and I'm looking at that chair, the rattan chair that's right in the floor. And
can you see that there's this? All right. So what I'll do is I'll just break one of the chairs, and there's the central bits that are thin enough to pick up a ring.
Absolutely. Huh? So
we are over the Atlantic, right?
And now I'm going to say that the chair that Emilio landed on broke. And so that you don't have to take an extra action to quickly grab one of these things. This has already been in your mind. Yeah. You're a fighter. You think about 10 moves ahead. And so you knew if. And so you're saying, okay, and you grab this. You've already got it in your head. You grab it and you put it on there so that it doesn't touch you at all.
Yep.
And
a distance away from me.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm going to go towards the window.
As you go towards the window, there's this image that all of you have all at once, though you don't realize you're all there. You are all in this place. And this includes you, Barney.
Oh, token on this scene that gives you visibility of the area.
I can see it.
Can everybody see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see it on...
No, I can't see it on Foundry.
I can't see it on Foundry. I can see it on...
Oh, it's because I'm GM.
Person.
That's why I can't see it. Let me just change that so everybody can see it.
I thought I had it for everybody.
That's fine. There we go.
Oh, there you go. I can see it now.
Oh, okay. So in this dark crypt of a pyramid, you see all the trappings of what you have come to know is Egyptian. And you look at the very same, but you actually, Hannes and Emilio immediately recognize the sarcophagus as the one that is in the hold. It kind of reveals itself because that's stone, but underneath it is the one that they're carrying. And you recognize this as the place of where this pharaoh possibly, you're unsure who it is, but you know that this is important. And you see somebody curled up in the corner. And all of you see this in your mind's eye. Do you see the image?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a very, very sad human. It's wearing the trappings of a pharaoh, but you immediately recognize that it's not. It's a servant or a slave or maybe something different. I'm going to say Hannes and Emilio. Hannes, you get 2 extra dice on this for learning. And I'm going to say that you know this more than... Yeah, you know this more than, say, just about the Eastern kind of jinn stuff, but you know more about this Ushapti type figure. This is a guardian. This is a human that was sacrificed to become a guardian. And then by some magic shoved into a ring to guard against anything that would corrupt the body of the individual laying in the sarcophagus. And there's a misery in his face as he sits there, cross-legged, extremely thin and emaciated. His skin is blue, and he looks exactly like this. Very sad, very disturbed, and very mournful. And he looks up at you. So whether it's Barney or Hannes or Emilio, you all... And Emilio, can you click learning, please?
Sure.
Just in case. You get no bonuses.
Learning. Oh, I got nothing. Only 3 dice.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice one.
There you go.
Yeah,
You?
Your dice are on fire. The dice are on fire tonight.
Yeah. So you...
Yeah,
Well, the only thing
nothing but a kick in the groin.
N-
Nothing but a punch in the groin that give you successes.
And
Life lesson.
your knowledge of jinn and this notion and understanding of the JNN, these beings, beyond understanding and yet understandable, are also ones to feel sympathy for as much as anger toward. They are neither good nor evil. They simply are part of the fabric of life. And yet, when both of you look at this figure, you can't help but feel a tinge of sadness at the fact that the crack in the ceiling seems to be the moment just before they found this and excavated this tomb. Barney, you feel this same sadness. You don't have the knowledge, but
and I don't trust it.
And you don't trust it. And so this is in your mind, and it literally seems like you're there forever, but this is probably a snap of a finger in time. Hannes on the ground, on his hands and knees, wishing that he would have grabbed the ring. Emilio suffering incredible pain, both in his chin, but his chin doesn't seem to be bothering him as much as anymore. Broken, even possibly. And then you, almost fully aware, not sympathetic, but distrustful. What do you do, Barney? In this scene?
Do the windows in this scene?
In this scene.
Turn away.
You turn your back?
Turn my back.
As soon... Okay, so... Hannes and Emilio, what do you both do?
Do I have action to do? I'm just down. Okay. Maybe I had a connection with it. and seeing that he's being used several times. Maybe not. I'm not able to move. I'm just shouting to Barney. Just free him out of his misery. Let him transform.
Now, you don't see Barney. You don't see Hannes. All you see, you look around, and you're alone with him. Same with all of you. You're alone with him. Barney has turned his back. You don't know that. Hannes? Okay, back to you. Yes, Emilio.
No, go Hannes. Sorry.
I would just say, your work is done. You have been released. Find your peace.
What do you have on you as a memento?
Pocket watch.
It suddenly comes to you that maybe with these words that you feel an impulse to grab the pocket watch.
Okay.
And you look at it, and it comes to you that maybe if you show it that time has passed, he may believe you.
Do I think that this is actually my own thought, or is this trying to find a new home for the djinn?
You don't know if this is going to find a new home for the djinn or if this is going to be a reminder, but you have this feeling inside of you that you need something to aid you.
Okay.
That he looks at you, but he doesn't have tears, but he just looks so mournful.
Okay, I get it out. I hold it out and say, see how time passes.
Okay. Amelia, what do you do?
Yeah, probably getting crushed gentles wake me up and see the horror of my action that I wanted to use.
You are not in this image crushed genital, Emilio. You are vigorous, Emilio. And you are looking as if nothing had happened to you. You have no pain. You are in suspended time.
Yeah. I mean, getting punched return me back to my senses. That I don't want to use other people's misery to gain for myself.
Yes, I understand. Yes.
That I am being part of the children, that I need to help people, not help myself. I need to redeem myself for some actions. So I'm telling him, you don't need to serve these people anymore. You're free to do what you wish. You've been in this tomb for too long.
You have a past deal that you made, and you are regretful of it. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You have something that's very important to you.
Yeah, I have the scarf of my adopted family, of my adopted mother. That I get it. I get it from her before she died in this horrific attack that murdered most of my my previous crew.
Absolutely. And you have this sense that there should be an offering of détente or some type of offering to help it understand that you understand it. You have this feeling that you should either wrap it around him, go close to him, give it to him.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. I made a deal with someone like you did, or you were forced to do it. I did a horrible thing to survive. I did somebody's bidding. I'm not proud of it. And maybe this, I don't know if everybody gift you anything before. Everybody asks of you, of wishes, of dreams, and nobody asks you what you want. So this is very close to my heart. I know that I did a selfish thing, that I tried to steal and gain for myself. I give you this. This is very close to my heart. This is what remains from my family. But I can see memory is in my hand, not sentimental. Maybe this is something that I can gift you for saying, I'm sorry for all the things that was done for you.
And how do you give it to him?
I just wrap it and give it him as ceremonial. They give,
and he
presenting.
Puts out his hands, and in the same way as Hannes sees when he opens up the pocket watch, there's a tear that streams down from the side of his face, a recognition that time has passed and that his time may have passed. And so you show the watch. And do you close it or do you leave it open?
I leave it open.
And Emilio, do you back away from him after he receives it? And he nods. He gives a very slight nod as this tear trickles down this almost expressionless, sad face.
Yeah, I just back slowly as someone backs from someone after they give you gifts, respectively backing up.
Barney, as soon as you turn your back, you see the windows of...
Are they sliding windows, or can I open them at all?
No, and I'm going to show you a picture so that you get an idea of what they're like. So here you can see that this is above, right?
Yeah.
And then here are the windows. So in this section over here where you had your little discussions, the windows were very, very close to this kind of edge. Over here, you have a much bigger space between these chairs. And as you say, everything in the dirigible is very carefully weighed. Nothing is heavy. The walls are made of virtually paper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that and the doors are curtains, but they're very, very thin. And in the distance, Barney, you hear, breathe. This is not easy. And and so in the background, you're hearing the commotion of a birth, a new life coming into this world. You have this ring, and you are...
Is there another level above? Because what I'm looking for, is there any way that you can basically get to the outside? Well, where's the door that we got on then?
The door where you got on is right here, and it goes to the front of the craft, but it is sealed. You have heard Hannes and Emilio speak about this kind of gantry type hallway that goes on the lower level. I'm going to activate this hopefully for everybody. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is everybody there now?
Yeah.
So if I pull out, you'll see that it goes on right here, right? Can you see me pinging?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go downstairs, that's where the washrooms, the showers are.
Mhm.
And
Toilet.
you can, yes, and you can keep on moving through there into what essentially are massive bags. And it's not just one, but there's
Hydrogen.
a
Yeah,
massive
yeah.
amount. And just from your memory of the ship, you know that there is two engines or four engines, but the two engines that see, or well, they're in the back, two engines that are in the back that are powering it to go forward. And so they're that's a way where you can actually get out of the ship and down into the engine. So you'd be able to kind of go there and throw it out by going outside, but it's a long trip and you would need to start running through everybody to get down there and do that. You could.
Haven't got a problem with that. I'll start running.
Oh,
Just
okay.
follow it.
A moment later, Hannes kind of comes to himself, and you're in this you're in this area, and you see Emilio on the ground in horrific pain. Emilio, you have come to your senses, and both of you now are looking at a woman who is sitting in a chair and crying.
I first check in on Emilio.
Okay, Emilio is
so much.
Emilio is really badly injured. He will not walk fast. As I'm speaking and telling you this, Barney has already made it to this area here, and he's gone, of course, around. So he's gone this way, this way, this way to get downstairs. And so there's a lot of people that are kind of packing around to hear this birth of the baby. This is, everybody's kind of, what country is the baby going to be born in? It's going to be, maybe it's ice. Maybe it's Icelandic because we're so far, what nationality will this child be? And then they're all, and the diplomats are, it's crazy. Okay. Stupidity. Right. And so you are making it now down the stairs. Hannes, are you trying to help Emilio in any way?
Yes, absolutely. Is what I said. So,
how? Are you trying to heal him?
Try and find out what's going on. Maybe get lots of ice cubes from somewhere from the champagne
you'd have
cooler.
to go downstairs to get the ice cubes.
Not in the dining room?
No, they're down in this area here.
Oh, well, I'm sure there's water, so you can get a wet cloth.
There's water that you can give him. Emilio, how do you receive this?
And
can you please give me something stronger to numb up the pain?
Yeah, exactly. Some spirits.
Okay, so Hannes, you are a writer. I want to know, what's the likelihood of you having a flask on you?
Oh, quite likely.
Quite likely.
Flask, but if not, I would look around here.
I'm going for high. Oh, I don't know what I did there. Sorry. I tried to roll a D100 and I rolled a D1000s. Oh yeah, you have it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I'll give it to him.
So you give him a flask. You gobble it all up, and so you're quite light, and so it does have a pretty quick effect. Hannes, you know that Barney has run downstairs.
Let him run. I mean, first, if Emilio is fine, then I'm going to look after the girl.
Okay. So
this is what you two are doing.
Barney, you have made it into the lower area and are and I'm going to show everybody so that. Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. So you run past the crew's quarters, and you go into this area that. And now I don't know why it's so dark. Probably because it's nighttime, but. There is an engine area, and I guess observation, lower, upper, cutaway. Okay, so you have to climb out. So you're running through this hall in the lower section, but it's in the middle. Okay, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to climb up this area here, and what you'll be doing is kind of opening up the hatch and throwing it right out.
Yep.
I don't believe that with your speed and agility that you have any problem. The ring, though, is on this. How long is this piece?
As long as I could get it, so keep it down.
Okay, so it's
not like because if you look at it, there was a straight bit and like a little, like a bit curly like that. Bit. So I'm holding the straight bit and I've got it on the curly bit, so it's pretty stable.
Brilliant. So it doesn't slip down onto your hand. Doesn't have any possibility of touching you, which is what I was thinking.
Hopefully.
So it doesn't touch you, and you get to this opening that is very clearly human size so that any of the engineers can go out and fix. And you open up the outside and you look down and you're over the ocean.
Oh, throw it.
And
somewhere
over the rain,
over the sea,
and
waiting for me.
And so okay, so you see that the clouds are underneath you and dawn is breaking to the east. You throw the ring out, and as you look on with the stick, and as you look down, you feel a great sense of relief, and you feel that you've done a proper job.
Yep. I've saved people.
Everybody feels that they've accomplished something. Emilio, as you start to stand, and Hannes, I believe, probably has his hand helping you to walk, or his arm helping you to walk. You and Hannes both have a conversation on the way to the room. Both feeling a sense of accomplishment, but both wonder, even after all the cases that you've dealt with and knowing as Thursday's children, what do you discuss as you're on your way to your room?
Will this have settled this spirit?
I don't know.
Will it be back?
I guess spirit never rests. Probably we will see it again. Somebody will try to use it again. I don't know if we are doomed forever with our sins, with our grief. You never know.
Hannes, how do you respond to that?
With a sigh?
Yeah, with a sigh. And sadly,
I fear you're right.
And sadly, as you reach out to grab a drink, you realize that it is empty. And you're going to have to go to that stupid bloody purser to get a drink. As you're walking along the hall, you hear a lot of kerfuffle, and you see and you hear the cry of a baby. It is 51% of the population are women. If it is 51 or under, it is a girl. If it is 49 and over, it is a boy.
And in the middle, it was an overlap with two genders.
It is a 99. A baby boy is born to Fridis. At the same moment, at the exact same moment, unbeknownst to you and unbeknownst to Barney, where the ring has been thrown out, a new life has been born. As Barney watches this ring twirl around and fall, the clouds break. And since you're in an airship, it's not that high up in actuality. The clouds are low-lying clouds. They dissipate a little. You see the sun shining down below on the water. And you also see land. And there's a good chance that this ring, wrapped around a bit of wicker, may very well end up on an island, maybe in Newfoundland, maybe in
Iceland. Okay.
It's day. You've been
day
traveling
2.
now for
2.5
days.
Okay.
So so you may very well be over Newfoundland, but
St. John's,
and maybe possibly, but whatever you, how do you react when you see land? The possibility that this might actually fall not in the ocean where nobody may ever find it, but possibly on land.
I'll walk back upstairs. There's nothing I can do.
No, and I think that's a very Barney response, that it is what it is. I have done my best. I am not controlled by any type of evil forces.
And that was definitely an evil force.
You see, as you come to that middle row, you look up and you see Jack Ruby. Jack is hiding on the other side where the engine exit would be, and he's kind of crouched with his hand up against his chin and is saying, hi Barney. You found me.
You had one chance. You blew it. I don't want to see you again. And I'll walk off.
Don't tell them I'm here.
No, I'll tell them you're here. And walk off.
He has a very large bag. It looks like it has a lot of cash of different nationalities in it. And you go back and you reunite with Hannes and Emilio. And
no. It was first thing I do was I go up to Emilio and I'm
punch him.
Are you okay? I'm really sorry. That thing had you.
It wasn't your nose, it was your chin.
No,
you still got your nose.
Yeah. I'm getting my nose and my and
other bits.
And other bits, exactly. It's not my.
Well, I don't know about the other bits. I just saw him go over.
No, you don't. No, you don't at all. So you're more interested in his chin because you don't know why he's kind of bending over.
Are you okay? I didn't mean to hit you that hard.
Yeah, you maybe did some other damages, but I guess I
only hit your chin.
You are more powerful than you think, Barney. You have a mean punch. You have a mean punch.
I didn't even use all my strength.
Yeah. I want to keep my head on my body next.
And so there's a little chuckle. There's some forgiveness. There's a sense of peace. And the only thing that seems odd is that Barney eventually says, "I need to do something," and he goes to kind of the officials, not the thugs of the dirigible, but kind of to the delegations who he knows has invested in the fight. What do you say to them as you kind of get them together? Because they're all starting to wonder where he got to. He has to be on this ship.
It's down by the engines.
And they nod and say it was a good win. And others say, I didn't see anything. And others, and so there's a whole bunch of, but they honor you for being kind of truthful. And they scurry down, a whole whackload of them, as the two guards are kind of, no, you can't go there. You're going to dislodge the weight. You can't just go into the end of the ship altogether. And the ship starts to tilt a bit. And you, Hannes, Emilio, and Barney look in on Fridis, who has a baby boy. And that's where our scene ends. And that's where the curtains close. And so, thank you very much. That was very enjoyable. Surprising.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So I took the opportunity of drawing it to a close a little bit quicker than I thought that we would, but I think that this is a fitting way to end for sure. Any observations before we say goodnight?
Nope.
All good. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. You definitely enjoy your storytelling, don't you?
Yeah. It was a bit of a railroad because of the fact that you only have a certain amount of places that you can go, but it was something where you know, all three of you and John as well were able to kind of feed the story, and I hope you felt like you were able to kind of flesh out your characters a bit and think and stuff. So that was it was great. Thank you so much, everybody, if you're watching, and remember, check out Raldanash, check out Effect and the Effect podcast, and please go out, encourage other people to play role-playing games, and hopefully we'll see you next time if there's something else that comes up. Take care. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.